calling us again as usual. Okay, I'm welcoming you to my life. For those of you that are just joining, thank you for joining and welcome to live section today. So, today, while I was coming back from church, something happened and just felt like there was a need for me to speak about it. And this afternoon, we'll be looking at when silence at workplace is costing you opportunity. I'm sure two persons must have experienced instances where not because they cannot do this job, but because they are silent about their competency, silent about their strength, they're silent about their willingness to take some of these things. You discover that most times opportunities just come and then they pass you by. And then when you look at enjoying some of this opportunity, I'm not going to say they are not worthy of such opportunity. I'm going to just say that when you look at some of them, you find out that you can do some of these things more than them. They speak out more than you because they engage in many conversations more than you, because they know the right persons to reach out to for certain things at the right time. They get this opportunity. You, on the other hand, because you don't speak out, because you feel like, I'm gentle, I don't want people to think that I talk too much, or probably because you're not just the talking type. I think you find out that these things, they're just coming and going. It is not because you don't know how to do it, it's because you are not speaking loud enough about your competencies. And then you know that when it comes to workplace, when it comes to promotions, when it comes to giving people visibility at work, they actually give it to people that are vocal about their ability. Even if some of these people don't know how to do this thing, but the fact that they are vocal, they tend to get some of these things. So some of the things that silence at work can cost you. So please, I'd like you to pay attention. Once again, if you're just joining me, thank you for joining and welcome to my live session. So let's go. One of the things that silence at work will cause you is it will make people assume you are okay. Your manager feels you're okay because you're not complaining. Your direct manager feels you're okay. Even your HR, people at work, they just feel like this person is okay. After all, this person has not complained. So even when the workload is too much, even when you're not getting enough workload that can actually be visible, they tend to think that you are okay because you are silent. Silence is often misinterpreted as agreement. So once you're silent in your workplace, they think that, okay, whatever is going on in the organization, whatever is going on your team, whatever the decision the management are making, they feel like you're very okay with it. That's what silence as work can cost you. The other thing it can cost you is that it's hard work without visibility is invisible. So you tend to work and work and work, but there's nobody noticing what you are doing because you are silent. That's where your silence might be needed. There are places where it is okay for you to speak out. But when it comes to what you do, your job, even your business, you don't need to be silent because they will just assume that you are fine. Even when you're trying, you are giving your best, they will assume that everything is okay on your end. Silence can be mistaken for lack of confidence. So they just assume that okay, person does not talk too much because this person does not share their opinion, does not share their disapproval on something. They just feel like this person is not confident enough. Sometimes you find out that some things might be going on, especially when it comes to your sub team now. But because you cannot say that thing out, you just make it look like you're not confident in, and it's not like you're confident in yourself, you are not bold enough to say what you want to say. But because you are the silent type, you just don't speak out. So when you are silent, people just mistake it for lack of confidence. So please make sure I understand that we are different, And then I understand that some of us, we tend to talk more than the other. But whatever you do, especially in your place of work, so that it will not cost you your promotion, it will not cost you a delay in that position you're currently heading, or wherever, whatever thing you are doing, please speak out. So they know you're, even though you're not sure of what you're saying, there are times where you might not be very sure, you're not be 100% sure of what you're saying, but just speak out. When you speak out, it goes a long way in helping you, making you visible in your before your line manager, before your colleague, before your HR and all of that. So even when you're not there, so this is what not being silent help you to do. You're not there, people can vouch for your ability. And then when you see that some of these things, you start asking yourself that this thing is not like I cannot do it, I can do it. But because you are not speaking out, there's nobody that this person is good in this area, or this person is not good in this area. Because you are silent, they cannot tell. So make speaking out an habit you are going to start in, especially in your place of work, on, or even if you are doing business. Being silent is going to cost you a lot of things. One of the things again that it can cost you is that opportunities go to the head, not always the best. You can agree with me, some of you can agree with me that if you check the way promotions happen in organizations, if you check the way transfer from one level to another happen, most times these people are actually doing what they are supposed to do very well compared to you that are giving your best. But because they are not silent, take for instance, if I know A, I'm going to speak out and make you understand that I know A. And then on the other hand, you on the other hand, you know A, B, C. But because you're not speaking out that you know A, B, C, D, people just assume that you're not a best fit for that promotion, or you're not a best fit for the job. Even when you interviews, and then they're asking you questions, you cannot express yourself, you can't say things you know about certain things, they tend to feel like this person is not the best fit for the job. And that might not be the, you might be, in fact, you might be the perfect fit for the job, but because you are not expressing yourself, you are too silent, you're not saying things they're expecting you to say, they just give the job to somebody else. That's what being silent in your place of work, being silent about things that has to do with your career, with your life, is going to cost you. You just have that you're not the best fit, and then you just go back. Also, fear is the real reason we say silent. When I was going through, I was thinking about what I was thinking about this when I was coming back from church. That prompted me to want to speak about this thing. I just put some point down. Then I just realized that sometimes it's not because some are not silent because they just don't want to talk. I feel some persons are just silent because they are scared of what the outcome of whatever they are going to say is going to be, or what the recipient of your message, the way the person is going to take it and then interpret this message. You know, there's just this fear, this unknown fear that you have of speaking out or of expressing yourself. Don't let that fear consume you. Don't let that fear limit you from achieving what you want to achieve, especially in your career. You know, there are some of us that know that business is not just our way. Like, you know that when it comes to business, you are not very, and then we just tend to embrace this career path. I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a woman resource person, and so on. But then again, in these areas that you see that they are your strengths, you're finding it difficult to express yourself because you have this fear in you that, okay, if I say this thing, would they take it the way I'm taking it? If I say this thing, will the person be angry or not? So there's this constant fear that is making you not express yourself, and then you just go silent. Do you understand? Not because you don't know what to say, but because you are scared of either the end result of what you say, or the outcome of whatever you are going to say. So people just tend to say silent. Being silent is going to hinder you from achieving a lot of things, especially in your career. You just find out that people that you resume an organization together, people that you are doing basically the same responsibility together in your organization. They're getting opportunities, they're getting promotions, they're getting salary increment. Even on your salary increment, you agree with me that there are some of your colleagues that are just bold enough, some of them just send email and tell HR, I've been doing XYZ. I feel like my salary does not equate the job, my job description, or I feel like I'm doing more than what I'm supposed to do. Can you increase my salary and all of that? And then you're there, be like, I don't understand. We resumed the same time. We joined the company at the same time. We are in the same team. How come you are getting more than me? How come you are earning more than I am when we are doing the same thing? It is not because, so they're not paying that person because the person is doing more. They're paying the person because the person had to speak out. If you don't speak out, opportunities like that just come and go without you realizing it. And then you'll be wondering, why am I collecting 50K? And then this person that we resume together is collecting 150K. Why? That person spoke out. That person sent emails. They did what they are supposed to do. Something that you're supposed to do, that you are allowing fear of the outcome, just keep you stuck in, and then you're not doing it. So speaking out has a very long way to go in your career. So it's not about you just getting more jobs or getting what's it called, promotions and transfer and all of that. Even your salaries. And why are you working? You're working because you want to be able to afford your basic necessity. You're working because you want to advance yourself, But when you're not speaking out, you discover that these things becomes difficult because you're not speaking out. If you had situations where because you spoke out, a situation around your company just turned around for you, or because you spoke out about a situation in your office and there was a positive outcome, please, can you just drop it on the comment section so that people can read and learn. We're here to teach ourselves. We're here to encourage ourselves, especially regarding our lives. Our career is our life. Your business is your life. So if you have any experience, if you have experienced anything like that, please just drop it on the comment section so that people will see, read, and learn. Don't also forget to share the video, like, subscribe, and invite your friends, invite your family to this page. We are talking about how silence can make you lost opportunity in your place of work and even in your life. Speaking out, how to start speaking out. But if you want to learn how to start speaking out, you need to first of all identify the perspective you want to channel, what you want to say. Because it's one thing to speak and then to know the right thing to say. It's another thing to speak and then to say you don't know what you're saying. I was listening to I saw one video, I think it was on Friday. The person was trying to explain how, and during one of a session they had, and somebody was asking a question. It was time for question and answer. And then this girl just stood up instead of her to, ask a question or just say something. The way she said it wasn't good. So sometimes it's not like you don't know what to say, but the way you are saying it, the channel you are saying it are wrong. For instance, you want to talk about your salary increment. You're complaining that your salary has not been increased and all of that. And then you're not going through the right channel. Say you are telling your colleague or you are telling somebody in the office, and then the person in the office decides to tell somebody that is close to the HR. Somebody that is close to the HR decides to tell the HR. That's a very wrong way to go. And then before you know it, HR is waiting for you. Okay, you started discussing your salary, that your salary is not enough. I'm waiting for you. And then you go. So instead of you to be hearing positive feedback from your HR, you're not getting it because instead of you to come directly to your HR, you're going through different channels to express your grievances, which is wrong. So as you're saying it, as you're learning to speak out in your place of work, also learn that there are things you're supposed to say at a particular time. There are things you're not supposed to say in some certain period. So just make sure that you are channeling all your conversation, your issues, what have you, to the right channel. I'm going to be picking up this topic another day so that we can also have broader views and more tips on how to not to stay silent on on especially on not how to stay silent in your work so that it does not cost you um, opportunities like promotions, opportunities like salary increments, opportunities like transfer, opportunities like career advancement. So I'll be dropping a date on when we'll be speaking about that. Please don't forget, like, share, and comment. It's going to go a very long way to reach out to more people so that they can also learn that keeping silent in a place of work is not a very good idea, especially if you want to advance yourself. Thank you very much for staying on this live, and thank you for commenting. Thank you for the engagement. I see it and I appreciate it. I'm going to see you next time someday, very soon. Bye.